welcome to Deadly Dames, and this is going to be my complete DVD collection part 2. So just picking up where we left, which was the top here. If I just move the lovely tall man out the way, I can get into what's behind him. So we have the Masquerade of the Red Death. That was the wrong words that came out there, and again, I'm sorry, I'm in the spare bedroom, so you're going to hear my frogs. They will eventually stop making that racket. So House of Wax, which is one of my favourite Vincent Price movies ever. Then we've got It Came From Outer Space, Tarantula, This Island, Earth, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the amazing original. Great trilogy right here from Adam Green, which is Hatchet, Hatchet 2 and Hatchet 3. I would like to say as well from the last video, I did not mean to say these movies were by David Lynch. They are by David Cronenberg. It just came out wrong, so apologies for that. Then we've got, if we get back down here, VHS 1 and 2. I did buy the viral one. I thought it was crap, I just couldn't keep it, so I had to get rid of it. Switchblade Romance owes a lot to the book, what's it called? Intensity. So if you've ever read Intensity, they pretty much, the guys must have read the book, because it's pretty much the same storyline almost all the way through, but both of them are equally good. Martyrs, so much better than the remake. It's funny, I watched the remake and I remember quite enjoying it, thinking it was quite good, and then I watched this one again and realised that it's nothing near how great this one is. Wreck, Wreck 2, Wreck Genesis, Wreck Apocalypse. So I enjoyed them all. They're all equally as good. Well, obviously the first one's better, but I enjoyed all 4 of them. Night of the Demons, and then Night of the Demons original. Night of the Demons, to me, I actually enjoyed the remake, but the original one's just a classic. It will always be a classic, and I can't wait for a company in the UK to release a decent edition of that. It would be good to see it. American Gothic, another film that needs a good edition released in the UK. Sorry, I'm bent down for this, my legs are going numb. 2001 Maniacs, My Bloody Valentine. I would love nothing more than somebody somewhere to release a complete uncut edition of the original My Bloody Valentine. It would be great to see that. I know there is a DVD release like that in America, but it's extortionate. It would be great to see a Blu-ray like that. The remake of My Bloody Valentine, I quite enjoyed it. Hold on, just moving the tall man out of the way again. It's always in the way, that guy. Wishmaster 1, 2, 3 and 4. I know 2, 3 and 4 are not the best, but I enjoyed them. They're just silly. I still really like number 1 though. Housebound, The Brain. Oh my god, if you haven't seen The Brain, definitely watch it. It's cheesy as, but it's just entertaining. Wasting Away, which in my opinion is actually a highly underrated zombie film, so if you've never seen it, get yourself a copy of this. It is a really funny take on it. Tusk, The Grudge, again, it's another remake which I think is better than the original. Oh, let's go back down, my legs are going numb. Bad Dreams and Visiting Hours is actually one of the few Shout Factory / Scream Factory releases that I actually have. It is a Region 1. I do have a multi-region DVD player, it's just a Blu-ray player that I don't have. Girl House, that's actually quite a modern slasher, and I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was quite a good take on the genre. Classic The Black Cat. B-Movie Collection. I love this collection, and it's quite funny that I'm never going to get rid of it, but Arrow Video seem to be releasing a lot of the stuff that's on this. So like, they've released the Return of the Killer Tomatoes, they've released Slugs, Hell Comes to Frogtown, stuff. So I'm kind of hoping that they released Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. It would be good to see that. And then, hold on, I just need to move the thing out the way. Come on, the thing. Over you go. So this is just a 50 movie pack. It's all kind of classic black and white. Now, it's not the best transfers whatsoever, but I'm not going to read these off. I'll just flip it around so you can have a quick look at why I hung on to it. There's a lot on here. They're not, as I said, they're not perfect transfers, but this was so cheap that I just couldn't help it. Stitches, hilarious, definitely worth it. Sanitarium, again, a kind of modern slasher. I really enjoyed it. Happy Birthday to Me, the world's longest slasher. No need for that movie to be that long. Purge Anarchy, looking forward to the next one. Invitation to Hell, Summer Fear, Turkey Shoot, amazing Australian slasher. it's not even a slasher, I don't know why I'm saying that, but it's great. It's basically like a death camp in Australia that folk go to, and I'm making it sound rubbish, but it's actually excellent, so get yourself a copy. My copy of The Church at the moment, but obviously not Screen Factory, Shameless Screen Entertainment have announced that they're releasing, oh my god, I can't speak today, releasing The Church and The Sex. I can't wait to get both of them from them. You Can't Kill Stephen King. That was hilarious. It is so funny. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. I've got an American release of Waxworks and Waxworks 2 double bill. I do actually have a UK DVD release of Waxworks as well, which is in downstairs, so it will obviously be an additional video. There isn't a release of Waxworks 2 in the UK. I've got it on VHS, but this is the only DVD version I've got of it. My Spanish release of The Blob, again, I would love nothing more than a UK based company to give this 1980s version of The Blob a decent release. I'd love it because it's an amazing film. So I'm just putting the thing back. There you go. Well, so handsome. There. And if we just move down. Oh, I forgot to say, I forgot this guy last night, The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Not really a horror film, but I really enjoyed it. I actually think that Jim Carrey's actually quite a good serious actor. So, oh, there go the frogs again. So, hold on, coming down to the next shelf. Sorry about the wobbling. This is my Joker. I made this Joker model and painted him. I love it. I'm never gonna get rid of it. I think I did a really good job with him. He looks so happy and handsome. But I'll just step him to the side just now so I can show you this. Back to what we're actually meant to be doing. So I've got Don't Look Now, Under the Skin, underrated horror film, really enjoyed it. Cold Prey and Cold Prey 2, Terror Train, another 1980s slasher that I would love to see a decent release of on Blu-ray. Antichrist, I know there's a Terror Train Screen Factory, but I mean in the UK. Antichrist, Dead Snow 2. Dead Snow 1 was absolutely phenomenal. It was hilarious. Dead Snow 2, it was trying too hard to be funny. It didn't do it for me. Touch of Death, the original Wicker Man. I am never going to own the remake. It was terrible. And then we've got a couple of ones that aren't really horror sitting here, but I kind of had nowhere else to put them, so they'll live in here. So, I, Robot, All Cheerleaders Must Die. This is a Lucky McGee movie. If you have never seen anything from Lucky McGee, the guy clearly likes lesbians because they're in every bloody movie that he makes. So he did like May. He did the segment on the... Oh, I can't remember. You'll see it in another collection when I come to it, but it's one of the horror box anthologies that came out with, like, John Carpenter did a section and Toby Hooper did a section, but it's going to drive me mad till I remember what it's called. Masters of Horror, that's it. He did a segment in there. Bad Milo, I love Bad Milo. It's basically about a guy who holds in all of his anger and all of his emotion, and because he holds it in, it actually transforms into a monster which comes out his bum at night and goes and kills the people who have basically like upset him. It was really funny. If you haven't seen Bad Milo, you have to watch it, especially if you like creature features like critters and ghoulies and stuff like that. It's kind of along those lines. Zombievers, really funny. And then we've got some classic Peter Jackson here. Let's make sure I get people's names right today. So Bad Taste, Frighteners and Brain Dead. I know you can get a Blu-ray release of Frighteners, but I would love to see a release, like a box set Blu-ray edition of Bad Taste, Frighteners and Brain Dead all in one. Really enjoyed Stung. I thought it was a good film and loved Final Girls, so absolutely loved it. It was amazing. If we just move over, I recently just watched Surveillance. It's actually a Jennifer Lynch movie, who's the daughter of David Lynch. It was the reason why I actually got David Cronenberg's name wrong, because I was thinking of Jennifer Lynch because I just watched this at the time and Lynch popped into my head. But really good. I enjoyed Boxing Helena, which was her first film, but it didn't really have the ending that I wanted it to have. And the ending annoyed me so much that I got rid of the film. And I really did enjoy Chained, but it was Chained's the type of film that once you've seen it once, you probably wouldn't watch again. But Surveillance I really enjoyed, and also I've hung on to it because I could watch it again. Thelma and Louise, absolute classic of a movie. Starman, John Carpenter's, Fight Club. You know, I've actually never upgraded my Fight Club because I really like this DVD release and I just never seen the like a need to do it. And then I've got Death Note, Death Note 2 and Elle Change the World. Just Before Dawn, another movie which badly needs a decent release. I can imagine that in the future this is going to be a movie that Arrow Video will probably release. Shuttle. And then I'm going to move Arnie out the way so we can get in behind him. I know Arnie at one side, Terminator one side, Joker at the other. Oh dears. Experiment in Terrace is another film that I recently watched. Really good movie. Father's Day and Editor. Obviously I spoke about those two before. And if we just go down, we've got a couple of H.G. Wells stuff here. So First Men in the Moon, Earth vs the Flying Saucers, and then The Terror Within, which is not H.G. Wells, but Terror Within, The Innocents, Haunting, a couple of older movies there. And then I've actually had this box set right here for a very long time, The 12 Reasons to Scream. It's got a variety of stuff on it. The main reason I hung on to it at the time... Oh, I never even knew I owned Driller Killer. Oh, I forgot it was on this box set. Oh well, I've ordered the pre-order of Steelbook from Arrow Video anyway. But the main reason I actually hung on to this at the time was for Popcorn, which I've now got my VHS back of. But Popcorn's an amazing slasher film and I just feel like it's a movie that really deserves a decent release and it's just not had one yet. But I actually quite like a lot of these sort of cheesy movies on this. You can see what you get with it here. So they are pure cheese, so I wouldn't expect them to be anything else other than a box set that's called 12 Reasons to Scream, but I really enjoyed them. Mama, I know a lot of people had problems with Mama, I really liked it. Devil's Backbone, Chronos, The Orphanage, Julia's Eyes, or Julia's Eyes. Hill, great modern werewolf movie, so if you haven't seen it I would recommend it. It's a British movie but it's really good. The Howling, now I know you can actually get a Blu-ray release of this, but I really like this special edition DVD, so again I've just never seen a reason to upgrade it. Ginger Snaps Back, Ginger Snaps Unleashed, and Ginger Snaps. Love that werewolf series. Dog Soldiers, The Descent Part 2. So this is a Conan dagger that's in the way. Let me just slide it over. Doomsday. Then this is like a triple pack here with 13 Ghosts, Darkness Falls, and the remake of Night of the Living Dead. Curse of Frankenstein, one of my favourite Hammer films ever. Dracula AD 1972. I don't have a lot of sort of standalone Hammer horror films because I've got the big box set, and that's the reason why you'll not see a lot of them mixed in here. Near Dark again, I know you can get this in Blu-ray, but I love this DVD release, so I just didn't see the point in upgrading it right now. Daybreakers, From Dusk Till Dawn, Vampires, Fright Night Remake, which I actually did quite enjoy, Fright Night Original, which I absolutely love, Daywatch and Nightwatch. It's a shame the third one of that never seemed to surface, but I really like them. Brain Dead, hold on, move the dagger out the way again. Where was I? Brain Dead, Inside, Nightwatch, the original, Craft, and then I've got some movies here which I actually got a few years ago from the Pound Shop. Absolutely went gaga when I seen these. They were amazing. They released all these old black and white movies £1 each. I did have more than this, but when I bought that 50 horror box set, a lot of them are in it and they're about the same quality, so I just gave them to my sister rather than having doubles of them. So I've just about got time to finish these guys. So The Thing from Another World, Indestructible Man, Fiend Without a Face, Attack of the Crab Monsters, The Brain That Wouldn't Die, Plan 9 from Outer Space, love it, Wasp Woman and Giant Leeches. So I'm going to finish there for this part because I'm about to run out of time. But that's everything for the DVD collection part 2. Hopefully you like it, and if you have any comments obviously just leave them below. And please like and subscribe and take care.